It's Jeremy. Welcome back to the Slowest WAAAGH, where we are playing Tzeentch. It's turn 54, and this is a really big turn, but it's not a really big turn because of our war. It's because of this. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about this turn. So let's jump into it, shall we? We've completed Thaumaturgy 7. On our way up to Thaumaturgy 8, which is probably going to be very important. We did some Bowls of Blood, a Voice of Apsu, a Gnome Lore. Didn't find anything, but is what it is. Pretty damn decent blood hunting turn from us, or for us, this turn. So pretty nice there. We had only one assassination come at us. Come to life! Civilians, defend me! No way. Holy shit! That actually did happen! What? So I mentioned it multiple times, right? But like the Marauder Chieftains and especially the Marauder Horse Chieftains, the ones with the mount, right? The ones with the lance specifically, do have the chance to randomly pop a effective health of 25, right? Like 14 HP, 11 protection. He can absolutely roll high enough to do that. You just gotta hit. And this guy only has 11 defense because he is blinded. So his normal astronomical defense is actually quite obtainable there. And that is what happens. He just walks right up and goes 35 damage. What we got? 21 versus 18. 21 plus 25. That's astronomical. Holy shit. Yeah, 28 increased due to slash damage. Hot damn. Nice. Okay, so cool. We got a Canine Assassin. Done and dusted. Ensorcelled Swamp. Unrest increasing. And now we get to see a couple of different things. We get to see Khorne attacking Itza and the Dwarves attacking Itza. So let's just go down the list. Getting texted, sorry. Hold that thought. Keep eyes on that. Okay, so Khorne attacking into a bunch of Wolf Tribe. No big deal. What do we got going on here? This is the Khornite version of a Daemon Prince. Oh, that's kind of scary. Okay, so Khornite Daemon Princes are already terrifying. They don't have any magic paths, but they are priests, right? So they can bless themselves. The idea typically being is that, Khorne is going to go with a pretty aggressive bless. They come with most of the other goodies that you see on Daemon Princes, including, of course, the Dominion Immortality. But really, what sets them apart is their stats and their gear being more killy oriented. This Flaming Skullflail and the Burning Brass Axe are terrifying. They do small AoE fires on the Flaming Skullflail, and then on the Brass Axe there are multiple attacks, and they hit really fucking hard. This is without Bless Up, and the gear is pretty stellar on these things. So they have the Mask of Facebarring, which is a 10 glamour item that gives them stealth, which is really, really good for them to be able to survive against or while they're raiding around and being complete and utter terrors. They have the Elemental Armor, which is also really good at helping them survive. Gives them, Holy fuck. No. Oh, this guy has Precious. That's fun. Yeah, actually, yeah. He's not blessed. Is this really what their base is? Do they have a base of 20 shock res? I will look these bastards up later. So 20 shock res, 10 fire res, 5 cold res, 10 poison res. No, okay, I was gonna say, there's no fucking way. So they get another 15 out of the acorn necklace. Still, though, that means they naturally have 5 shock, 10 fire, 5 cold, and 10 poison resistance, which is pretty dope. So yeah. The quickness, super amount of map move on these things. It has Precious Throne on here, which is very funny. It has the Acorn Necklace, which is great for shock resistance and luck. So super duper scary. What's their bless again? Blessing. I love the model too. Like they look so fucking good. Blessing, we get attack skill +3. Rain weapons, precision 3, undying 10, enchanted blood, fortitude. So I think the attack skill 3 actually comes from a throne as well as the precision. So I think their bless is actually rain weapons, undying 10, enchanted blood, fortitude. That's terrifying. That's honestly terrifying. About the only thing that is kind of like a weakness for these guys is that they are sub 20 magic resistance. So probably the most effective way to kill these guys is be in the same province as them, because they're stealthy, right? Be in the same province as them with pin gear preferably, and soul slay them. and even then, it's still probably going to take several casts. But like, holy fucking shit, this is scary. Super resistant to damage because of the fortitude. 24 protection against mundane attacks, 23 against magic attacks. Lots of resistances. Luck, armor, or life drain on 2 incredibly killy weapons. With enchanted blood and undying, meaning they're even tankier to kill. This is truly like a terrifying bless, specifically for Khorne. Yeah. Ay ay ay. And they have fear. I love them so much. They look amazing. Okay. Well, yeah, that's an easy kill. We'll come back to ours and Nagarond here in just a second. Got another one. Similar kits. Very similar kits. And this one, without the Precious, is rocking around with the Amulet of Anti-Magic, which is what I would expect. 22... much more difficult to handle as far as the whole pin gear soul slay kind of situation. That makes them absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Up against nothing. This is gonna be nothing. That's really scary. Oh, okay, so we have actual Khorne units. We've got some Marauders, which are very similar in nature. Most of the Marauders and Chaos Trolls are very similar across the Chaos nations, but they all have, some differentiations. So they have an Axe and Shield variant, which is very, very similar. They have a broadsword and shield variant, which is very similar to the Khopesh and shield. And this is a double hatchet variant that has a throwing axe, which is pretty cool. They do not have the two-handed variant for their Marauders, I don't believe. I think they have a Forsaken Marauder version, but I don't see any. And then the Chaos Trolls, quite neat. They are more like trolls, regular trolls, than the Tzeentchian versions. Bunch of big axes, some troll vomit, susceptible to fire, 15 regeneration, which is really, really good. I think actually better than the Tzeentch trolls in general. But yeah. So what are they up against? They are up against actual resistance here. We've got some Temple Guard, and we know Itza has a pretty damn decent bless themselves. So they're blessing up over here. Shock 5, Fire 5, Magic Resistance, Enchanted Blood, Blood Surge, Righteous Wrath, Dark Vision 50, Swamp Survival. Yeah. Yeah, the Stout Wall. Blood Surge active, Blood Surge and Righteous Wrath active. So that's really what you're looking for. Blood Surge and Righteous Wrath. +3, +3, +3, +3, +1. Yeah. Pretty damn decent. Morale. Jesus. 26. They're not breaking anytime soon. Very nice. It's I like that bless a lot because Itza can get so many sacreds. And you can get them really, really well defended. Like, I really, really like Righteous Wrath on Itza because you can they're not the tankiest units on the face of the planet. But Itza has such good magic, you can really do a lot of heavy lifting in that department. And then they're still going to die, though. Some of them are still going to die here or there, especially in late game, really big battles. And in doing that, giving them Righteous Wrath, you give them a massively, I think, cost-effective boost when it comes to that. So cool. Itza is, they're being attacked by the dwarves and by Khorne, but they are defending themselves. That was a nice defense against a stack of marauders. And then the dwarves are in town. They've got some miners up against just a little bit of PD. Guys stealthy? These guys are stealthy. That feels so weird to me. Miners being stealthy. Fucking dwarves with candles on their heads rolling around with pickaxes are stealthy. Alright. Sure. We'll take it. Okay, cool. So that's a big deal. We're gonna have to discuss that at length. But let's watch our battles first real quick. So we attacked into High Ocean with our... Where'd he be? With our little Earth Gnome boy. Up against just a little bit stuff. See if he survives with his fucking crippled ass. Actually, I think he's limped. No, he's just limped and weak. He's not crippled yet. He took so many afflictions in that assassination attempt. Oh god. Oh, it's questionable. Hey, okay, he did it. Nice. Good job, buddy. So we went there, and then in Naggarond, we have our forces arrayed. I love looking at this shit. Look, this looks so great to me. Ay. I'm so excited. Good storm. And we're up against nothing. We're up against a magic duel. That's what we're up against. So, magic duel. And it's fucking successful. Great. Okay, well, we'll see who you got. And you escaped, you bastard. Okay, popped an acolyte. Okay, is what it is. 6 gate unlocked, 7 blue, 3 pink, 3 screamers, and 1 flamer. Need 45 secrets for the next gate. Unexpected event in Faldenberg. We get 3 earth gems. In Naggarond, there's minus 20 income. That's not great. Naggarond has been breached immediately, which is to be expected. We lose our mercs because we didn't pay for them. And Cookies is now fully transformed. Fantastic. What are we doing this turn? As far as movement goes, there's not a lot to discuss. We're immediately storming the port. No checking inside, no any of that business. We're immediately storming the port. I expect traps, right? I expect some traps. It be what it be. I think the situation is as it is. We've got to just go, especially because of what is transpiring here. So we might pay for this. It might go swimmingly. Fingers crossed, we'll see. We're also attacking into Sitha with our Earth Gnome and attacking into Tiradir with a composite force of Marauders, some Archers, and some Chaos Warriors. And that is that. As far as other stuff that we're doing elsewhere, mostly it is just normal shit. Research-wise, we're still dipped under because we're having so many people do other stuff, dipped under the 2k point where we want to be. But we are 2 turns away from Thaumaturgy 8, which is undoubtedly going to be extremely important for us in the very near future. We're forging a little bit of gear. We have Cookies back, and we are summoning another Daemon Prince. And we're forging some basic gear for those individuals, namely mistletoe garlands, some rings of regeneration, and some armor of the knights. So those are just some basic components that I think work pretty well on the Daemon Princes, so we're throwing those together. Bunch of site searching still going on just because I can, and I'm obsessive compulsive about it. We are continuing with more Bloodthorn stuff, seeing how that goes. Anything else big? Still recruiting acolytes basically everywhere. A couple of other things here or there, mostly doggos, because I'm trying to maybe create some more blood hunting scenarios. And that's pretty much it for us. So let's take a look up here at Itza, the whole Khorne and dwarves scenario, and we'll talk about why this is a really, really big deal. Also, dwarves attacking into Naggarond now. Oh! I don't think the dwarves have had a straight up, like, 1v1 me bro in this game so far, which is good on them, and not good for anyone else, right? Because it means they haven't been truly challenged. I say truly challenged. It's not like you can't challenge someone when it's not a straight fight. It's just everything has been like a after the fact style, scenario. Not all vulturing, but so like the Bone Nose Tribe stuff was then coming into a nation that had already been defeated, had already lost a lot to Middenheim, and then lost even more to Bretonnia. And then they did fight Bretonnia a bit, but that fight against Bretonnia was not. It wasn't a knockdown, drag-out war. It was a, hey, I stomped your army because I moved into the right place at the right time and fucked over your shit. So you don't want to fight me, is what that war was. And I think they also, took some stuff off of Skavenblight, and now they're taking some stuff off of Naggarond. And I don't know if this was a coordinated effort of Khorne and the dwarves attacking Itza, or if this just happened to coincide, or if one caught wind of the other and then made their move. So Basically, it's just not good news because the dwarves are getting a lot of, like, not free shit, but a lot of, like, free-ish shit, which is not good. So, I say that. That's basically what we did with Middenheim, technically. So, this is a problem, obviously, because I think Khorne and Karaz-a-Karak are the front runners. This is, front runners in, like, size and scope. Itza is actually the front runner, I believe, in like from when we saw with Eyes of God, Itza was the front runner in research. So taking out the front runner in research with the two nations that are maybe like the biggest size or like, you know, like the biggest power projection in that scenario, very smart move on their part, and really bad for the rest of us, because that could mean that if Itza's not prepared to mess with them, then probably nobody is, which is very, very scary. You know, the ultimate thing is, of course, that Itza currently controls 2 thrones. Khorne and Karaz-a-Karak are both on 3 thrones. Only need 6 thrones to win. So even if Khorne takes like the west side of Itza and the dwarves take the northeast side of Itza, we can already see the dwarves on 1 throne. The other throne that Itza holds is down here in Greenwoods. If it splits like that, they're both sitting at 4 thrones and just needing 2 more to win. And we already talked either last turn or a couple turns ago about how we're kind of moving into a dangerous situation with these 2 having this many thrones, because we're at that point in the game where there's enough magic flying around and enough time for plans to have been built for people to, you know, send stacks of flyers or teleporters or whatever onto a throne and, you know, try to pop some stuff, try to do a rush, and that is only going to be easier if the dwarves and Karaz-a-Karak or Khorne are sitting at 4 thrones. If they're sitting at more thrones, right? If Khorne, you know, dominates Itza, takes this, and then is like, no, fuck you, and takes this from the dwarves, obviously, right? Like, that's, oh god, all hands on deck, because just needing 1 throne means the game's basically over in like an instant. So this is a massive issue, massive issue that we're gonna have to keep eyes on. Fortunately, we do have a couple of scouts in the area, but many of them are just cultists, and I'm kind of trying to preach. So we're going to try to get more scouts into the area and try to get a good understanding of what is going on between it or in this kind of like war, and see how it kind of like pans out. And at the same time, we're going to try to end this war against Naggarond as quickly as possible, because while we are not in much of a position to contest Khorne, we are in a position to contest the dwarves and or, you know, try to come in and maybe take this throne, right? Depending on the situation. So, we'll see. We'll have to see what we see. And especially as we move in and get astral travel, right? We're gonna have to be prepped for this, because we could be fast approaching a situation where someone tries to make a quick throne play, and we have to respond immediately, which is not great. So yeah, it kind of is what it is. We're gonna have to see what we can do about that. So, anyways, that's it for this turn, I think. Let's take a look at our Dominion. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Love it when we have Troll Land. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Pretty good. And I forgot about this, actually, our underground situation. We're on the move, right? So we had some forces down here in Smotherdark in the Bakemono show. They're going to start stealthing into Itzan territory. We have some Marauders coming underground. And we have a Marauder Shaman who can lead some of these fiery imps around. So we're going to have these 2 stacks come down here and take a look at the Itzan territory. And by take a look at the Itzan territory, I mean probably try to take some of that Itzan territory. I'm going to probably, I don't know, I kind of, this is where I don't play these games cutthroat enough. I should just attack them and take the damn territory. But instead, I will probably reach out to them and be like, hey, how are things going? Are you thinking you're going to be able to defend yourself against these 2? Because, you know, you can do V1. It happens. 3v1ing, actually 3v1ing is incredibly difficult. And you really only you're going to win a 3v1 if one player is really not committed. I don't want to screw up Itza's ability to defend themselves, because the best case situation here is actually that Itza throws Khorne and Karaz-a-Karak off and says, no, fuck you. I'm the research leader, and hits them with some shit that makes them flinch back and go, okay, all right. We'll revisit this again later on when we have when that ceiling of research has been hit. So we're moving the forces. We'll see if we actually attack them or not. We will at least be in position to do so. Not with any, like, massive force underground, but I don't think a massive force is necessary underground. And if we finish the war against Naggarond quickly, then fighting against Itza is another option. I say Itza. It might be fighting against Khorne. It might be fighting against the fucking dwarves in Itzan territory. But we'll see how that all works out. It might be big war against Kidzin again. No. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.